Before we dive into today's video, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insightful content on relationships and personal growth. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Now let's get started. You need to hear this if you're in a relationship. Relationships are tough. They take work, commitment, and a whole lot of understanding. We all hit bumps in the road, but sometimes those bumps turn into mountains. That's when you got to ask yourself, is this relationship worth fighting for? And do we need a little help to get back on track? So let's dive in and talk about the 15 signs that your relationship might need a little professional intervention. Conflict is a normal part of any relationship, but there's a difference between healthy disagreements and toxic patterns. If you and your partner are constantly butting heads over the same issues without finding a resolution, that's a major red flag. Think about it. Are you replaying the same argument from last week, last month, even last year? This kind of tension is exhausting and can create a deep emotional distance between partners. If your arguments feel more like a battlefield than a conversation, it's time to seek help. A professional can give you the tools to communicate effectively and resolve conflicts constructively. Communication is the lifeblood of any relationship. Without it, you're just two people living parallel lives. If you and your partner have stopped talking to each other, or if your conversations have become superficial, that's a big problem. Are you avoiding meaningful discussions? Are you afraid to share your true feelings and thoughts? When you stop communicating openly and honestly, you create a breeding ground for suspicion and doubt. Communication is about vulnerability, about letting your partner see your heart, flaws and all. Don't let silence be the death knell of your relationship. Physical presence doesn't equal emotional connection. You can be in the same room, share the same bed, but feel miles apart. This emotional distance can be subtle at first, a gradual drifting apart. If you're feeling emotionally disconnected, don't ignore it. This is a sign that something needs to change. A therapist can help you identify the root causes of this distance and provide guidance on how to rebuild intimacy and emotional connection. Physical intimacy is a vital part of a romantic relationship. It's how we connect on a primal level, expressing love, desire, and closeness. When these expressions of affection start to dwindle, it can be a sign that something is amiss. A significant decline in physical intimacy can indicate underlying problems such as stress, resentment, or communication issues. Talk to your partner about the changes you've noticed and how it makes you feel. If you're struggling to reconnect physically, seeking professional help can provide a safe space to explore the underlying issues. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship. Once that trust is broken, it can be incredibly difficult to repair. When trust is shattered, it can feel like the ground beneath you has crumbled. Rebuilding trust takes time, patience, and a willingness from both partners to work through the pain and hurt. It requires honesty, transparency, and a commitment to rebuilding the foundation of your relationship. If you're struggling to rebuild trust after a betrayal, seeking professional help is crucial. A therapist can provide guidance on how to navigate the complex emotions involved and help you develop strategies for healing. A little constructive criticism can be healthy for a relationship, but there's a world of difference between offering helpful feedback and tearing your partner down. When criticism becomes a constant, it creates a toxic environment. Contempt is even more destructive. It's about tearing your partner down, making them feel small and insignificant. It manifests as sarcasm, eye-rolling, mockery, and a general lack of respect. If you recognize these patterns in your relationship, it's crucial to seek help immediately. A therapist can help you break free from these negative communication patterns and learn to communicate with respect and empathy. Avoiding conflict might seem like a sign of a peaceful relationship, but it's like putting a band-aid on a gaping wound. When you sweep issues under the rug instead of addressing them, those unresolved conflicts fester and grow. Avoiding conflict also prevents you from truly connecting with your partner. It creates a wall of silence, preventing you from sharing your true thoughts and feelings. Healthy relationships require open and honest communication, even when it's uncomfortable. A therapist can teach you how to navigate difficult conversations with respect and compassion. Feeling stuck in a relationship that feels hopeless is like being suffocated by despair. You might recognize the same negative patterns playing out over and over again. This feeling of hopelessness can be incredibly draining, both emotionally and physically. If you're feeling trapped and hopeless in your relationship, it's time to reach out for help. A therapist can offer a fresh perspective, helping you identify the root causes of your despair. Explore potential solutions to break free from the cycle of hopelessness. Life throws curveballs. Job loss, the death of a loved one, a new baby. These are all major life transitions that can put a strain on even the strongest relationships. These events can disrupt the equilibrium of a relationship, forcing you to adapt to new roles and challenges. Sometimes these transitions can highlight underlying cracks in the foundation of your relationship. If you're navigating a major life change and find your relationship struggling to cope, don't be afraid to seek professional support. A therapist can provide a safe space to process your emotions and adjust to the changes. Strengthen your bond as a couple through these transitions. Sometimes separation or divorce is the best course of action for everyone involved, but it should never be a decision made lightly. If you or your partner are seriously contemplating separation or divorce, it's crucial to seek professional help before making any irreversible decisions. A therapist can help you explore all options, facilitate healthy communication, and guide you through the process. Determine if your relationship is salvageable or if it's time to move on. Mental health is just as important as physical health. When one or both partners struggle with mental health challenges, it can have a profound impact on the relationship. Mental health issues can manifest in many ways: withdrawal, irritability, anger, fatigue, and loss of interest in activities. If you or your partner are struggling with mental health, seeking professional help is essential. A therapist can provide individual and couples therapy to address the underlying mental health concerns while also strengthening the relationship. We all have a fundamental human need to feel seen, heard, and understood, especially by our partners. When this need isn't met in a relationship, it can lead to feelings of frustration, resentment, and loneliness. This can happen when one partner consistently dominates conversations or dismisses the other's feelings. If you're feeling unheard or unseen in your relationship, it's important to communicate your needs to your partner. A therapist can help facilitate this conversation and teach you both how to listen actively and validate each other's feelings. The blame game: pointing fingers. Relationships are a two-way street. Constantly blaming each other for problems or failures in the relationship is a recipe for disaster. The blame game creates a toxic cycle of defensiveness, resentment, and hostility. Instead of working together as a team to find solutions, you become adversaries. If you recognize this pattern in your relationship, it's time to break the cycle. A therapist can help you develop healthier communication skills and learn to approach problems as a united front. Money matters. Financial disagreements. Money is one of the biggest sources of stress in a relationship. When financial disagreements become a recurring source of conflict, it's important to address the issue head-on. Ignoring the problem won't make it go away. It will likely just exacerbate the tension. A therapist can help you and your partner develop healthier financial habits and create a budget that works for both of you. Talk openly and honestly about your financial concerns, fears, and aspirations. A therapist can facilitate these conversations and provide guidance on how to navigate this sensitive topic. Drifting apart. Changes in priorities or values. People change. It's a natural part of life. When partners' values and priorities diverge significantly, it can create a sense of disconnect and distance. These changes aren't insurmountable, but they require open and honest communication, compromise, and a willingness to adapt and grow together. If you're struggling to navigate these changes, seeking professional help can be invaluable. A therapist can help you and your partner identify your core values and explore your individual and shared goals. Find ways to bridge the gap between your evolving priorities. Recognizing the signs that your relationship needs professional help is the first step towards healing and improvement. Seeking therapy is not a sign of failure, but a proactive approach to nurturing and sustaining a healthy, fulfilling relationship. By addressing issues with the guidance of a professional, couples can develop the tools and skills necessary to overcome challenges. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. There's help available, and there's hope for a brighter future together.